Good evening, YouTubers. I'm waiting for the sun to go. It's almost gone. Let's get the light right, you know. So I'm a perfectionist as a director, or something like that. Hair's still getting long. Look, I'm gonna identify as a woman if it gets any fucking longer.
You can identify as a woman, and you can wear my dresses. I've got my dresses here. I'm back in the old gear. I literally can't find any of my t-shirts. It's like the black hole of Calcutta down there. Anyway, I thought, because it's quite showy offy putting these glittery dresses on, but I love dressing up. I used to have a dressing up box when I was a child. It was huge. It was about, I suppose, 3 or 4 foot long and a couple of 2.5 foot deep. And it was like I think they called it a tea chest. In fact, it was a sort of thing they'd have had at the Boston Tea Party. And I had a cousin, one of my dad's cousins was an actress. I think she went out with, no, I can't remember, someone like Paul Nicholas, the guy from, the blonde curly guy that I fancied.
Penny was she called?
No, just good friends, that's right. I think my cousin Gaynor went out with him. Anyway, my dad's cousin Gaynor. Anyway, and one of my other cousins who was younger actually shut me in that dressing up box once and sat on the lid when I was about 3, and both my sisters came in and went, "Where's Fiona?" And she went, "Ha ha ha, she's in the dressing up box." And they were like, "Oh my God, get off," and they were livid. So I love dressing up. Now, I thought I'd explain. This silver dress, I keep these things for years and years and years because that's how I can tell if I'm getting too fat. This one here, I paid £10 for this in 2010. And I bought it from a guy in the ICC who had really long curly hair. And when we went to the convent, Graham, to see Edward and Sophie, or Andrew, as I accidentally called Edward Andrew, this fella he's got really, really, really long curly hair. He's really well known in Jib. And he was there with a big flag and he was going, "God save the Queen! God save the Queen!" I bought this off him for 10 quid. Now, I've changed shape over the years, you know, as you get older you get a bit wider, and it's stretchy, it's elasticated, which once upon a time the Daily Mail criticised me for wearing elasticated clothes. And I said, what's the matter with that? That's great, because, you know, it stretches. Anyway, so as I got wider, and I got quite wide at one point, you know, it goes like that, but then it gets shorter, so I had to wear it as a top. 1 year I was so fat. Now my favourite, of course, because I've only got 2 smart dresses for dressing up, is this one. Oh, it's upside down. This one, which you've all seen before, and I love this one. And if you look at it up close, it's amazing actually. It's not completely covered in sequins. It's actually got bold patches which are just black, and that's the way it's meant to be. You
can't tell when she spills red wine on it.
Exactly. And it's got a zip on the back which zips right up and down, so you can split the dress into 2 halves. Look at that, Graham. It's got a zip. I'll show you.
Why does it do that? The zip at the bottom.
It goes all the way down. Now, this particular dress I bought in 2017 for the Dolphin Safari Christmas party, and it was £85, and it broke my heart. But it's really heavy, very heavy, and I was determined to get wear out of it, and I've worn it quite a few times now, and I love it because it reminds me of Dorothy's red slippers in The Wizard of Oz. I don't care, don't look at me like that, Faith. My Faith, she looks into Dorothy and the red slippers. But in the movie, when you see this in reality, it really is. It's just like Dorothy. It's just absolutely lovely, and it really sparkles down here in the sun. And I will wear this one again, but it's just really heavy and quite hot, and the weather's been just too hot. But I'm back.
Christmas parties.
I'm back in
like
my
that.
old scrags. But tonight I put this on, and honest to goodness, the weather's been too hot to wear this. And I've got a skirt, actually, Graham, downstairs. You probably remember when we were suing a certain multi-million-pound property.
Oh, the blue one that's on top of the...
Yeah. And I've kept that because that
One
is
day you'll be able to get back into it, yeah?
Yeah, I want to keep that and see if I can get back into it one day.
I
Because
wear
then
elasticated trousers because they...
Graham's got a few dresses downstairs he's hoping to get back into.
No chance, I'm
no
too fat.
chance. In fact, we all want to see you in a pair of stilettos on the pontoon with a pillow gaffer taped to your belly and try and bend down. Well, we'll save that for another day, won't
Where am
we?
I going to get a pair of size 9s from?
Or just squeeze into
They
some of
won't
my
fit-
high
they
heels.
They won't fit me. What size are they? 6 or something.
Well, they're
like
my fucking size, aren't they, you idiot?
I'm not going to try and just break them if I try and get them on.
Oh, look at the clouds. Oh, it's lovely that it's getting cooler now. What
Yeah.
time is it? Oh, I've got a watch now. Oh, it's 10 to 9.
10 to
Thank
9.
God for that, because it kept in the height of August, it keeps that shit up till about 10 o'clock, doesn't it?
It's sooner now, isn't it? It's sooner. Yeah. You can watch the horizon, you can see the sun setting in a different place on the horizon every
As
night.
the planet
And then at a point it stops and it starts going back the other way. And it's going back the other way now. So we've obviously passed the longest day. What do they call that? The equinox? Something like that, yeah?
Yeah, we're going into the nice
Oh, yeah,
equinox.
yeah.
September
The Earth's on the
down
first, isn't
here
it?
is the best month of the
Oh
year.
God, it's like a British summer all the way until Christmas.
Oh no, it's hotter. It's hotter than a British summer, but it's for us because we've gone through the searing
Cook in
July.
July and August,
Yeah.
absolutely misery. And if you're driving down that road, it's going directly into the sunset and you can't see anything in front of you. You talk about
I'm going to
hazard.
break a rule and I'm going to smoke a fag. I'm so
People
tired.
don't want to see you smoke
I know, but
on
I'm
camera.
going
They'll
to
be horrified. You'll lose subscriptions straight away.
lose. Oh dear. The trolls. My God, the trolls.
How have the trolls been today? What have the
I don't know. I haven't looked him up.
HG Tudor got
Apparently-
taken down?
Apparently,
Last night?
yeah. Well, I've heard from a reliable source that HG Tudor's situation is a technical one, and he'll be right back up, which is going to make a certain person on Twitter look like a complete fucking idiot for bragging that he had him taken down.
Oh, you mean
But
Boozy?
I'm not
You mean
going-
Boozy because he was crowing?
Graham, I'm not going to steal HG Tudor's thunder.
No,
Let HG Tudor,
he's a big lad. I'm sure he can deal with himself.
he'll enjoy that.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah,
got
the
another. He's got a
trolls.
spare channel anyway.
Apparently, I can't remember what the rumours were about you. I've actually forgotten now. But I
care.
take ecstasy on a Friday and Saturday night. Well, it's Saturday night tonight, isn't it? Hey, where's that ecstasy you promised me, you drug smuggler? Then we're multi-millionaires because you're drug smuggler Baron. Then we're paupers because we live in caravans. Then we're multi-millionaires because we're drug smugglers. Then we're paupers and scummy.
What was it that silly woman said on the one with the hidden face and the electrocuted voice? What was it she said? Something about statutory rights or something American.
We don't have statutory rights.
She said.
Yeah, I know, but in the UK we don't have statutory right. Statute of limitations. That's
that was
American.
It. It's an American.
That's American.
Yeah, and if you were an American, you'd think that happened everywhere, and it doesn't. We've all got the same legal systems, basically. You know, it's wrong to murder people and thieve and all that stuff. You still go to jail in every country, but the rules are different. And you know that in America, the rules are different in each state. You can do something in one state which is perfectly legal. You cross the state line, you can go to jail for doing the same thing. It's bizarre, especially when it comes to firearms and ammunition and
Oh, don't even go there.
stuff
You'll be
like that.
accused of murdering Christopher
so,
Boozy. Oh, there was a
And so
murderer.
we know for a
threatened
fact.
to
We know
murder
for a
me.
fact that information was leaked to
Yeah.
Duchess Dropbear, who was claiming to be an Australian, and yet she's coming out with statutory what?
I will tell you something about Duchess Dropbear.
Go on.
Right here and now.
Go on. Breaking news. Tell me.
There is a person in that area of Australia called Penny Warwick. Now, whether that human being is alive or dead, I don't know. Whether that human being has ever been on YouTube or had a channel called Duchess Dropbear, I don't know. I deeply suspect that that lady's identity was stolen by a complete fucking psychopath. And I'm going to go further because we're on your channel now. In my humble opinion, that's Meghan fucking Markle.
So when I did a live with her, I was actually talking to Meghan with an Australian accent. I can't show you my face, mate.
Oh, do you remember the time she
got
showed
face
us?
cancer.
We never said. She showed us a little bit of one eye.
Yeah.
And you're right, Graham, because Graham said from the beginning, that's Meghan. And I said, no, that would really
Can't
creep me out to
possibly be
think that
talking
I
to-
was on the WhatsApp with Meghan fucking Markle all that time. That would make Meghan a total psychopath. So no, of course I'm only joking. This is a parody. It's just our opinion. Just throwing that out there. Well, that's what I think now. And it's taken me some weeks to come round to it. And quite a few other YouTubers are beginning to come round to the realisation that the head of the snake is amongst us very much. So be
'Cause
careful.
Realistically, no one else is going to stick up for her, are they? And if there was a load of people out there,
What are you talking about? Her podcast is number
Who's-
one all over the world.
what she doesn't realise is she's not famous. Right? I mean, people know of her because she got married to Prince Harry, and Prince Harry's
Harry's
famous.
not famous. Diana.
Well, he's
was a
famous
fucking
because he was
legend.
Diana's son, and his brother's going to be the king,
And
and
they
his father's going to be the king.
Coattailing
So
off
she's
Diana.
got her way in there, but people searching Meghan Markle actually hate her, and they're looking for hate channels. And if you produce a channel that goes into Meghan hate, right, you'll get loads of hits and you'll get every monetised. You get I've seen loads of people doing it. Loads of people are just riding on that bandwagon of Meghan hate.
No, I
I
haven't
think
seen.
so.
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen
Well,
any.
she's been going through, taking them all down, paying
No,
fucking
I've been
loads of
following
money.
this. I mean, I started watching Ashley, who you know passed away. I started watching her in about 2018 after our Faith said, I don't like her mother, she's a bitch. And that's when I started watching Ashley. And then Shallon Lester. And Shallon had a big do. Shallon Lester. It was a very familiar story. Shallon Lester, very, very good, articulate YouTuber, excellent. And then she was in a meltdown, in floods of tears. She'd had a subscriber who'd been fangirling her, worshipping her, like Duchess Dropbear. And she had allowed, this person had said, can I crowdfund? There was a doodah over money, there was a doodah over fundraising.
Sounds familiar.
Shallon had said a million fucking times, I don't want to be involved, but yeah, if you want to raise money for charity, do it. And then the person had done it, and then there was all the scammers, the money. It's the same pattern, the same pattern, the same pattern, and the same pattern. Never fucking changes.
What does she do though? I mean, if I was Meghan Markle, I'd have my own YouTube channel.
Yeah, come on,
And then
Meghan.
You could have your face on there, your name on there, and you can start talking about your things that you're
And not
interested
just
in.
one eye for the FBI.
But on the other side of the coin, you could do a Spotify podcast where your face isn't there, and you just make up a load of shite, and you get paid 18 million.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, and now I understand.
So you want to take everyone
And then out
else
of that
down.
18 million, you could pay some henchman like Christopher Boozy to bully people online.
Hypothetically,
Hypothetically, under the guise of trying to clean the internet up of internet hatred, trolls, and malicious stuff. When I've got a ton of screenshots, and so has the Duchess of Narcissistic and a million other people,
I don't think-
of all the malicious dog shit that Christopher Boozy has pumped out onto Twitter.
personally, I don't think she's an interesting woman. I think she's really boring and
The
flat.
only interesting thing about her is she is so like Jodie Arias.
She's obviously like got a lot of experience as a yacht girl. People have told me.
Shh,
And
shh, shh, shh. No, that's enough.
The Cincinnati
That's
grip.
enough. Sun newspaper.
Oh yeah, sorry. Anyway, how is Wally? Were you speaking to Wally today?
I think that was quiet enough, isn't it?
Stepped on a mine.
I don't like Meghan Markle. I can't stand her, and I've not liked her for a long time, and she never does anything to prove she's nice.
Well,
And I'd like to add to this, because I don't even put her name in a lot of the titles. I don't even tag my videos. I don't put her in the description. She's so fucking...
Yeah, that's why.
No, it's not. I don't put descriptions, hashtags or anything in my videos. I just literally, it's for my subscribers. And if other people happen to come across it, I'm not trying to grow a community. We have a great community. And if other people want to join, all the better, welcome aboard. But I'm not out there. This is not about money. And it's not about money for an awful lot of other YouTubers. We don't fucking like you, Meghan. We don't like what you do because we've had people in our lives, Graham and I don't want to go into detail on this, have had 2 psychopathic, narcissistic cunts in our family life. Not only our family life, but where we work and the local community in Gibraltar for 12 sodding long years. And as soon as I saw Markle, I recognised the same shitty behaviour.
Qualities.
Qualities, yes. Let's go with qualities. And I think we'd probably better end for this evening, or one of us is gonna blow our top, or...
No, but I've had to drag her back a few times. She's had to drag me back a few. Take the weapon away. Give me that knife.
Yeah.
Give me the hammer. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. No, yeah.
We'll come to that later, because when you have had... I think the word narcissist is flung around far too easily.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has narcissistic tendencies. We all have it. It's a part of self-preservation.
Yeah.
But I've been in prison in Spain. I have met knockdown cowards. I've been in criminal circles. You've done 3.5 years in prison. Graham and I have lived a colourful life. But it's not until we moved to Gibraltar and we met 2 proper narcissistic psychopaths. We were all at sea for about the first 4 years. We didn't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
We had never come across this before. It was by far the worst thing.
It's they poke you and poke you and poke you.
Oh, and it's
until
Meghan.
you get your back up, and then when you snarl at them, they go, "Oh, constable, constable, constable!
Yeah.
I'm the victim here. Oh, it's terrible!" And then the police come and arrest you and bundle you off and you think, "Oh, you cunt!
You were the
I'm
one that
fucking
hit
having
me.
you."
You were the one that hit
they
me.
twist it all around.
That's what they do.
And they just lie and lie and lie and lie. And all, she's like
And
the
I
patron
will.
saint of narcissists.
Graham, I will. God willing, the channels stay up. I will. I mean, some people say, don't give it all away. Oh, I'm so full of stories. And the 12 years of hell that our family went through, where they I will give you a few clues. They never did anything themselves. They always got flying monkeys.
Henchmen.
So one of the things they did was tried to kill our 2 kittens.
Yeah.
Another thing they did was set fire to the back of our house.
Yeah.
Another thing they did was stole my handbag off the back of my chair in a restaurant, and that had £800 in it, and the kids' milk teeth, and they rubbed salt in the moon. Another thing they did was got some fat girl to rub her tits all over Graham. Another thing they did was employ 2 saboteurs to work with us. Another thing it goes on and on and on and on and on. Markle has got all the same hallmarks, and I really think that's enough, Graham. Don't get me started.
It's
I'm well fueled
It's a
up.
full-time job, containing your rage and not weighing these people in.
Because that's what they want.
They want to be the victim. The same guy Same guy. You remember she was talking about Michael Jackson, not the singer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Our friend Jacko.
He was witnessed this and he told me about it. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but he was having an argument with someone who worked for our company, and he clocked this police officer in the distance, and then he threw himself to the ground and went, "Ah!" And the police come running over. What's happened? He hit me.
He screamed for an ambulance.
I need an ambulance. I need an ambulance. Yeah, my neck.
Peter never touched him.
Anyway,
Peter never touched him.
They bent him up, cuffed him up, threw him in the van, took him off, and they were going to charge him with assault. And this guy who was on the ground had gone to the A&E in an ambulance with a big neck brace on, going, "Ah!" And he was wanting to press charges and make a statement that he'd been assaulted.
Lucky the police in Gibraltar, someone else had sort of seen what happened. But Jacko
was quite an honest guy. He's a Christian, you know. He believes in God and everything. And while this guy was on the ground, he goes, "He hit me, didn't he? He hit me, didn't he?" And he's like, "Yeah." And the police went, "Right," and that was it. They took him away. But Jacko, like, because he's a Christian and everything, he was like, "Oh, can't see this guy get
this narcissistic psychopath."
Hang on, I'm coming to that.
To Jacko,
I'm coming to that.
You've got to lie and say he hit me.
He wanted him to lie and get this person falsely convicted of assault.
Yeah.
That's what a fucking twisted cunt he is, right? And Jacko couldn't do it. He was like, and he said, I can't. Anyway, he went down. He did at first, but then his conscience got the better of him. And he went down to the police and he said, look, no, I was there. He didn't touch him. He just threw himself to the ground. Anyway, they dropped the charge. Well, they didn't drop the charges. They all got conditional discharge.
The narcissist got charged.
He should have been charged with perverting the course of justice and false statements.
But in the end, he just got charged with physical assault.
I think bearing false testimony against someone is way, way more serious. And I think he should have gone to fucking prison for that.
It's like girls who pretend they've been raped to get it. When you lie to get someone in the shit. And also what happened was when we had this boat in Marina Bay, we were just there and there was a boat behind us, and these two narcissistic psychopaths, I mean, we didn't know what they were. We had never come across this before, never. And they were having a party. They were paying, these two psychopaths they weren't paying, they were hosting a party. And our kids, of course, wanted to join in, but we'd said to the kids, we're nothing to do with it. Don't go near it. Don't go near it. Stay away, because we'd heard they were trouble. And so our kids were like reluctantly, "Oh, that's a bit unfair. How come we can't go?" And we had our two kittens, and our two kittens went over there, and the psychopaths were fussing the kittens and sort of looking at the kids going, "Oh, look, we're fussing your kittens. I bet you'd like to come and join." But we knew as soon as the kids would go and join, there'd be complaints. So the kids were very good. They stayed on the boat. But about 6 people at the party, they saw what these psychopaths were doing. And they said, fuck it. And they each brought a can of beer and came on the back deck of our boat and said, "Would you like a can of beer? And join in the fun?" And Jacko was the leader of the group who did the right thing to say, "Let's go on Sea Lion and jump off the bow and have some fun." Well, this man, this narcissistic psychopath, he saw the treachery that 6 of them had come onto our boat and made friends with us. And Jacko was a school teacher in Gibraltar.
He was.
And so please don't interrupt me on this, because this is so important. No, please don't, Graham. This narcissistic psychopath put it round Gibraltar that this guy who was a school teacher was a paedophile, and his life was ruined. It was ruined in Gib, and he had to leave. That's the nub of it. And that was the first experience we had of these nasty, nasty, dirty little lying shits, and how spreading malicious gossip. And that was, how many years ago? 12 years ago. That was our first experience of this nasty pair of shits. Total narcissistic psychopaths. And that's why when I saw the engagement interview with Markle, I was on her from dot.
And to be fair, after that first encounter, I thought to myself, well, you know, because when you land in a new country, you can get a job and then you move on to a better job, don't you? And I thought, no, I'm staying here. I want to keep an eye on you. And I've made his life a misery ever since.
Oh, anyway, let's end it there. Let's end it there because I've got so much material of the last 12 years of the hell, and I've got legal documents, I've got arrest warrants for their lot, I've got the court documents. Please, please, please end it there, Graham. End it there because it's a subject that you get us on, and thank God he's dying. That's all I can say, and he is. And I would never normally say that about someone who's got cancer, but thank God he's dying.